All right, we're back and we're going to take up the probation violation matter. All right. All right. We're going to address the matter of Jayla Marie Stallard, who now goes by Wilson.
I'm sorry.
And we had talked about that when I saw her last. Miss Stallard was charged with felony larceny of a building and embezzlement from the American Legion in December of 2024. Those were charged as felonies. The matter was reduced to a misdemeanor, and the defendant was placed on a probation. Ms. Ives must have really done some substantial arm twisting here to get this reduced to a simple misdemeanor under $200. She was placed on probation for 12 months, 91 days, credit 1, leaving 90 days to serve. I gave her a week, so I deferred to 83 days and some fines and costs. There's also $1,250 worth of restitution to the American Legion. That didn't work out. Daniel filed a probation violation petition, Daniel Frazine, her probation officer, last August. It's alleged that she failed to report on a monthly basis, failed to pay fines and costs or restitution, failed to test on demand, and failed to participate in treatment. Basically, we just lost track of her. An arraignment was set for August 15th, and the defendant didn't show up, and a bench warrant issued. And she got picked up somewhere before May 28th. She had been in jail in some other jurisdictions in Rush County, Indiana. And then she got released from Indiana. Apparently, we didn't have a hold on her. And she got released in December of 25 and was living her life in LaGrange and working. So I canceled her bond and set the matter for a probation violation hearing today. And your attorney, Rhonda Ives, is back with us, and she's been out to the jail to meet with you, which I appreciate. It's my understanding, Ms. Ives, the defendant is going to admit to at least part of these violations.
Yes, Your Honor, she's willing to admit that she failed to appear for probation as directed.
Is that true, Ms. Wilson?
Yes, sir.
All right, I told you this at your arraignment. Let me repeat it here today. You have a right to have a hearing in this matter where it must be established by at least a preponderance of the evidence that you violated these terms of your probation. And as I told you at the hearing, you'd have a right to have your attorney present, and she's here with you. She was your original attorney that worked out this very favorable plea agreement. By entering a plea to that violation, you'll be giving up your right to have a hearing on the violation where it must be established by a preponderance that there was a violation of your terms of probation. Frankly, these aren't going to be real hard to prove. We just lost track of you. So are you here admitting that you violated your probation by failing to report from sometime in August until you got picked up again in May of 2026?
Yes, sir.
All right. You had gone to jail in Rushville, Indiana, and I don't remember if you told me what that was for, but whatever you had in Indiana is done. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
What was the charge in
Well,
Rushville?
the original charges were stolen vehicle, possession of meth, but none of the stuff that they had found on me was meth. The ending charges ended up being I did 4 months for possession of marijuana.
So that was the charge?
Yes.
Possession of marijuana?
Yes. And I completed all of that.
And if what you told me was correct, you were released from there in December of 25 and then just went back on with your life, got a job, got a place to live.
Yes, yes.
All right, let's go to Daniel's recommendation. This was not a very successful probation. Daniel's recommendation is we simply revoke the probation and impose the deferred days of jail. At that time, there were 81 days left. She's got some additional credit since she got locked up.
Well, I wrote 81, but I believe technically after the judgment, it says 83.
All right, it was 83 that were deferred.
Right.
How many days has she
And
been?
she's got 8 days credit today, so it would be a 75 remainder.
It's your recommendation, we simply revoke the probation, reserve the restitution, and impose the deferred jail days?
Yes, Your Honor. And I will just say that when I contacted them back in August on 25 Roche County, they said that her charges that they were still working with were at that time possession of meth, receiving stolen property, possession of syringe, and trespassing charges. They also stated that she wasn't going anywhere because of a failure to appear for their court, as well as being on probation and absconding from that for my probation. And that was the situation. So kind of like repeat behavior is kind of what it looks like down there. So I'm guessing that's why she got 4 months for a marijuana charge, if that was the result of it. I didn't call and find out for sure, but yeah. And then she got out the end of last year and had her name changed. She ended up updating her change and just went on with her life. So I don't get the police reports, but I'm assuming since the court gave her that much time that it must have been a serious offense, and I would just defer to the court, but I would say give her the balance.
All right, Ms. Ives, what's your thought here?
Well, Your Honor, my client would like you to consider allowing her to continue on probation. And this would be why. She really didn't get very far when she got released back in July. She hadn't had any substance abuse treatment, had relapsed back with marijuana, was in Indiana. It's still illegal in Indiana. And although there was other various charges, she had pled not guilty to them. She ended up pleading guilty, was sentenced, and obviously not in Michigan for approximately 4 months. When she got out of jail, she realized she really needed to keep substances out of her life. Since she's been out of jail and she's been living in Sturgis with her in-laws, I think it's Sturgis, correct? Yes. She started her own program that she has maintained, and she's been going to Celebrate Recovery on Fridays. She's been doing the Sturgis Missionary Church, the group on Sundays. And she's also, except for a couple weeks prior to being incarcerated because she'd gotten a job and was working on Sundays, or on Wednesdays, she had been going to a recovery group for women on Wednesdays. Was it for just for women?
Yes.
On Wednesdays at Destiny Church. And she really was trying to put, I think, you can't help anyone else until you help yourself. And I think she was really, in my opinion, just based on everything she's told me and what she's learned through the course of going through meetings, that, she's had to take this one day at a time, focus on treatment. She was able to obtain employment. She just got her first car in a long time. So she's got a valid license. It's validly plated. It's got valid insurance on it. She has an employer that they're keeping her position for her, at least right now. She's got her first paycheck, and from that paycheck, she's willing to, put, I don't know how much her paycheck is, but, she said she'll have at least $50 that she could pay towards the restitution immediately. She would like the court to consider you to allow her a chance, even if it's a short-term probation where she could pay off the restitution, show that she's a different person now. And I know that's a lot to ask for, but essentially, a lot, kind of happened rather quickly. And I know that I think the outcome for her was a good plea. And I think she understands that that was a benefit to her. And she also knows that the restitution had to be paid, but she was really in a position that she couldn't do much, just based on her mindset when she was released from jail. And then obviously her subsequent incarceration. And so that brings us today, but she would like the court to consider giving her an opportunity to show you that she'll pay the restitution in full and that she will comply with Mr. Frazine's reporting requirements and obligations that she would have with his office.
All right, thank you. Ms. Stallard, Ms. Wilson, or Ms. Scare, I'll go with Ms. Wilson. What do you want to tell me?
I mean, a lot has changed for me since August. I've been sober since August, going on almost 12 months, and this has been a roller coaster for me because it's been up and down. But I'm a grandma now, and I'm getting ready to be a grandma 3 times over, and I love my job, and I'm happy that I finally got a vehicle for the first time in 2 years in my own name, and I'm just willing to do whatever, be at the mercy of you. I mean, I understand that this has been a pattern, but this time I mean, it's different for me. I've been doing this on my own since August. And
why didn't you contact Daniel when you got out of jail?
And I know it's not, I mean, it's excuse after excuse. I wanted to get established. I wanted to get a place. I wanted to get a car. I wanted to show you that I wasn't the same F up that I've been my whole life. And I just wanted to show you that I really was honestly gonna start making payments as soon as my checks started coming in. And I just wanted to show you that it was different this time than any other time. Me just telling you whatever you wanted to hear.
Which I think is what you've done. I think you got a big, large streak of con man in you. This was a bad crime. You stole all this money from the guys at the American Legion who trusted you with that job. You didn't just steal it once, you stole it multiple different times. Then you went into the building, you drove in there at night with your car, went in there, stole some stuff, lied repeatedly about it, till you finally admitted, it wasn't me, it wasn't my car, that's not me. Well, it was you on the video, it was your car or somebody's car you were borrowing, and finally you admitted it. You remember, it was in the old courtroom. All the guys from the Legion were in there. And it was in part because of them that you got this sweet plea agreement. This was a felony. It was a clear felony. It was a breaking and entering, or at least a larceny of building. You went in the building at night and stole from them. And when you were working, you would steal money from them and the lottery. There were probably 8, maybe 6, at least different incidents where you stole money. So it should have probably been a felony. You wouldn't have gone to prison, but you would have had a felony. So it was instead a 90-day misdemeanor. So I held a large portion of jail over your head. And the guys from the Legion were very generous toward you, and you paid them back by doing 0 on your probation, going to another jurisdiction with a needle in your car, going to jail, getting out of jail, never calling your probation agent or doing any effort to repay it. So I don't know who you are now. It seems like a better person you were then, but the person you were there then was not very good. And you didn't do anything that I asked you to do, ordered you to do. So you've earned this. I'm going to order 93 days jail credit. How many is that? 93 2, 93 minus 75 is 18 days jail credit. Leaving 75 days jail to do. You'll get 5 days a month good time. If you're on the path that you're on with your own self-motivated recovery, I don't need you on probation. But this offended my sensibilities. You got a super sweet plea agreement. You got a very generous sentence by me, and you paid me back by this. So I'll reserve on the restitution, which was $1,200. So if all those things are true, $1,250 restitution to American Legion. So you'll still have an opportunity to pay it back, and your probation is revoked. At which point you can really start fresh. I won't be supervising you, won't be looking over your shoulder, but I told you what was going to happen at the time of the sentence, and it just happened. I'm disappointed, but I'm, I guess, encouraged that you're in a better place today than you were then. But you got 75 days to do, and you still owe $1,250 in restitution to the American Legion, and your probation is revoked. So when you're done, we'll be off your back. All right, good luck to you.
Hey, Rhonda, how you doing? Are you gonna come to our golf outing? It's Friday the 19th.
Maybe,
If
I don't
If
know.
you don't show up, you might be the secretary of the bar.
Yeah, that's a good plan. If you don't show up, then you get nominated as a court officer.
I just don't golf very well, that's all.
Well, I go, but I don't play golf. I just go for the luncheon
And the appointments.
and the appointments. We actually have a bar meeting at that session.
All right, I'm going to put it in my calendar. What golf course are we
It's
at?
at Saguenash.
Same one we were last year.
Oh,
And,
okay.
I mean, even if you just wanna come for lunch. that's-
Oh, I do.
Just wanna make sure she's not nominated.
You see, she went through our email blast and
Yeah,
cleaned all that up. Hey, Laura said to me.
yes, thank you. I wouldn't have set this for 11 o'clock. Let me close out the live feed and